Hi Pisces Rising. Let's talk about the Saturn Neptune conjunction and where it's showing up for you. So the Saturn Neptune conjunction is the biggest conjunction of the year, the biggest transit of the year. There's other big energy that comes, but this is really the culmination of the ending of a 36-year cycle and the beginning of the next 36-year cycle. And it's really around putting structure to our dreams. It's been in a very, very creative, very innovative, very pioneering place in the zodiac at 0 degrees of Aries. And so has the potential to really bring some beautiful energy to all of our lives. So you, as a Pisces rising, this energy is hitting in your second house. And what that means is that this is some kind of structure to your dreams, some kind of sacred container that holds all of the things you want to build around things you value, around things that are worth something to you, how you spend your time, treasure, and talents. Could be literally your money, but I think likely more just like what is worth your time, what is worth your energy. So that's what this energy is really inviting you to think about and inviting you to set in. If you were alive in the late 80s, there might be some rhyming energy, something happening in the late 80s, 36 years ago, might be some similar themes might be showing up again, and might be different. The energy is not, well, it rhymes. It doesn't repeat, it rhymes. It just, so something in the late 80s, if you were around, again, you were building something, and here you are also building something. To do that, you have to tear something down, so some old has to go and some new has to come in, but all good. So around values, ideas, how you spend your precious resources. How do you want to spend your one wild and precious life, to quote Mary Oliver. All right, let's look to Spirit, pull some cards, and see what kind of energy this might look like, how you might really engage with this time and space. All right, so for your opportunities during this time, you've got the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is interesting. It can be a card of deceit. It can be a card that indicates that maybe somebody is in your life is not on the up and up. But I wonder if in this case, the Seven of Swords can be like taking things, like taking ownership of stuff that's yours, and not letting yourself necessarily, just not letting things slip through your hands. So being willing to be like, this is mine, and I'm not going to ask permission to take this. This is mine. I'm gonna take it. The Seven of Swords is also sometimes a card of like it's not quite time yet. So you hold on to something, or you don't share something because it's not quite time yet. So I think the invitation is to look at like what kinds of things are taking shape. What are you building? Is it time to release it? Is it time to hold on to it? Maybe this is something about you don't have to tell everyone everything all the time. So maybe there's something about like you're redeveloping your values or your relationship to money or your relationship to how you spend your time, and maybe you don't need to share that with everybody immediately. As a Pisces rising, you've got this big heart and just this wonderful, loving, accepting presence, and I wonder if this card isn't saying, hang on to what's yours for now. You don't have to tell anybody yet until you're secure, until you know exactly where you're going. So that's the opportunity, is to like think about how you share information with people. All right, the challenge. This is interesting. The challenge is the Three of Cups. So there's something around friends, something around community, something around, and maybe again it's that oversharing or that overgiving, and maybe this energy is about, decide what you're going to share. One of my friends who is a Pisces rising mentioned that that it's really hard for her to think about putting up boundaries. Like boundaries that feels difficult. That feels like forceful and like too rigid. But she has been reframing it into like, how much access do I want people to have? How much access do I want to give people to me and my time and my soul. And so I'm feeling like that's what this is saying. Is like maybe if putting up strong boundaries around your time, treasures, and talents is difficult, or just feels overly constrictive. Like, what if you reframe it? What if you think about how much access are you going to give people to your heart? Like, maybe you say, you know what, it's not a boundary necessarily, because maybe that's too much. It's just like, I'm not going to engage with this person today, or I'm not going to engage with this situation at the moment because I need to protect something. I need to protect something for myself. So I feel like that's the energy. I feel like that's the invitation. It's like, what do you need to protect? Where do you want to give access? Where do you not want to give access? Where do you want to keep things maybe to yourself for a little longer? And then finally, the advice from the universe is the Queen of Cups. And queens are internal. They work on the inside, and they embody the energy of the suit. So a Queen of Cups is you as a Pisces rising. Queen of Cups is a queen of intuition, it like really embodies that love and that light, and that intuitive knowing. So I think in all of this, and figuring out where the boundaries or where the access to your soul comes in, whatever that looks like, this is an invitation from Spirit to really look internally and really trust your instincts, trust your inner knowing. You're very intuitive, you're very aware, you can read the room, and if something feels off, if something feels like you need to protect it, do that. All right, I hope this is helpful, Pisces rising. Talk to you soon.